am in Roblox Studio actually. So today, by the title you can tell that today I am going to be showing you guys how to make a GFX. So basically what you're going to start off is go into Roblox Studio and go to Plugins and get Load Character or Load Character Pro. Load Character, Load Character Pro, the only difference is that in Load Character Pro it's white and you can spawn it as the user instead of just R6 or R15. And it also can be in here. But that is the only difference, so it doesn't really matter which one you buy. I'm just going to be using the Load Character Pro, but it doesn't matter which one. So make sure that you click Spawn at Origin, make sure that's ticked. And then what you're going to do is you're going to spawn it in R6 or R15. I am going to spawn it in R6. So then your character will pop up, and don't worry about these attachments. They don't really do anything once you import it into Blender. So now I'm going to show you a helpful tip. So if you go into the toolbox and search up face, hello, you're going to search face. Okay then. Anyway, so what I was going to show you before Toolbox just kind of annoyed me is you can search up in Toolbox face, and then once you do that you can get a face changer. Then over here you would right click on the face and then you would cut it and then you would paste it into your head. But I guess it does not want to work. But there is another way you can do it. You can go into Google Chrome and you can go into the catalog. Don't worry, I'm just on Sunset Safari's profile, just stalking her. Anyways, so you go into the avatar shop. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go down to, you can do it for anything really, you can do any accessory you want, but I'm going to go down to body parts and faces, and then high to low. I'm going to be using the super happy face, but all you have to do is like open it in a new tab, or if you don't want to, you can just open it in that tab that you have, and there's all of these different faces that you can choose from. It can be one that you have that you don't have equipped, or you can just do one that you can't afford, anything really. So I'm going to be doing the super happy face, and then I can't afford it sadly, but I'm going to go up here and I'm going to copy this link with Command C is copy and Command V is paste. If you're on Windows, it'd be Control V and Control C. But yeah, so now all you gotta do once you have that copied, you go into me, and then on the Explorer you click the arrow right next to your username or whoever you're doing. I'm doing myself. And then you go down to head, you press the arrow and you double click face. Then in the properties you have texture, you will Command V, and then you have your super happy face, so click enter or return, and now you have your face. And then you can also get plugins to help you get, It'll also allow you to get like plugins to, you know, do awesome things with them. Toolbox is not working for me right now, but yeah. So basically that's it for Roblox Studio. You're gonna click on your character in Explorer, and you're going to right click on your character and go down to Export Selection. If you're on PC, I think all your files will come up in this big large thing, but on Mac, like me, this will come up. I typically save it to my downloads or my documents, but today I'll save it to my desktop. So I will save this as tutorial GFX, and then I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to X out of Roblox Studio. You don't have to save changes, there's no point. Okay, so now that I'm going to open up Blender. So click on Blender. I'll link the download in the description. Also, if you don't know how to get Blender 2.79, it's easy. All you have to do is go to www.blender.org and then click download, and then click click features, click download, and then click previous versions, then go down to Blender 2.7, and then you don't want to do Blender 2.79a. That's actually what I have, but I would recommend getting the thing up here, 2.79 Mac OS if you're on Mac, 10.6.tar.gz. So you do that, and then it will download, and then you'll install it. And then if you're on Windows, I would recommend doing one up here, Windows, all of these. And then if you're on Linux, you can get any of the Linux. But yeah, so that is how you get to Blender. But once you have it installed, open it up, and then you start with this cube. So just click X to get rid of that ugly cube, and then go to File, and then click Import, and then click Wavefront OBJ. And then go to where you've saved it. I saved it onto my desktop. And then make sure you click the .obj file, not the .mtl file. Okay, so your character is spawned in, but it's white. It's super simple to fix that. You see this plus here, just drag it out. Click Textured Solid and Ambient Occlusion. The Ambient Occlusion is optional, but it makes your character look a lot better. And then also, some people don't know this, but if you go to resolution, you can change it to make your GFX look better. I typically go for 10,000 or 15,000, but I think for this I'm just going to go for 10,000. Then is a square. But then how do I get to your character and position it? Well, hold Shift and click and hold F, and then you can go into move mode. So W to go forward, S to go backward, A to go left, D to go right, Q to go down, and E to go up. And also you can hold Shift while clicking any of these to go faster. Okay, now that you've positioned your character, you can now start customizing it. But before we do that, we gotta make sure that in the World tab, Ambient Occlusion and Indirect Lighting is clicked. You can click on Rendered to just see how it will look when it's rendered. And you can also check Environmental Lighting, but I think it's really, really bright and it's too bright. So I typically have that unchecked. So this is how it will look. But say you want to create your own background, which is really easy. All you have to do is go into the render, the camera thing, and then go down to shading, and then click on where it says sky, click on transparent. So now if you go into the rendered, you can see that the background is transparent. So then you can choose anything you want and make your own background. So I'm going to change that back to solid now. So basically now we can start customizing. I think for this GFX, I'm just going to be doing a simple waving pose. So it's really, really simple. All you gotta do is start bending the limbs and then move them how you like, and make sure to position them so it doesn't look awkward. Okay, and in. And then here. But let's say you want to have your hand on your hip. So I'm gonna go in Shift F mode, move mode, and just zoom in for this process. So where it says object mode, make sure this is selected, by the way. Click edit mode, and then where it has the snowball, click wireframe. And it looks really complicated, but it's actually pretty simple. So you can zoom in. I typically like to zoom in really, really far so I can do this very precisely. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold down Control and drag your left click while you do it, and then select it around. I'm just going to do a simple little hand on hip, but I'm going to try to select all of it. And sometimes zooming in is not helpful. Sometimes it's better just not to zoom in, but yeah. Okay, where the joint is, come on. Okay, that's good enough for me. So now you can rotate it any way you want. I'm gonna position it here and move it down. Also, I'm gonna position it here. I think that may look a little awkward, so I'm gonna undo that with Command Z. Control Z also works on Mac if you're in Blender, but on Windows it'll be Control Z, and on Mac it'll mostly be Command Z. Then you can hold Control again and just reselect if you don't like how it turned out. It's so easy to just redo, and if you don't like it, Control and that. Don't like that, so I'm going to do that. Oop. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I typically like it spot on, so it doesn't look awkward. Okay. Oof, okay. Here. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's gonna be it for me. So now I'm just going to bend it. And move it. Simple as that. Now, to see how it looks, go to Object Mode and go into Solid. So that's how it looks. It's not my best bending of the limb, but I think it'll do for now. So once you're done bending your limbs, I'm actually going to turn the head to make it a bit more realistic. It's going to rotate it and then position it back, make it up a bit so it doesn't look awkward. And then I'm going to turn the head a bit to be like looking off to the side. Honestly, that looks really good. I think instead of a waving pose, I think I'll have her just sitting and admiring like some flowers. It's really cute. Okay, I'm just going to move this. Oof, oh my, I rotated that a little far. Okay, and then side. down. Perfect. Okay. I like it like that, to be honest. So I'm going to actually like bend the leg a bit. Rotate it, the legs this way a bit. I think it looks a little bit more realistic. Right, click that. Select and drag. Move and down. Perfect. Now I'm done positioning my character. So to render it, there are a few different ways you can go up. So first of all, you have to go up to add. But before we do that, I'm actually going to move the lamp a bit, because I'm wanting to have a little bit of lighting like coming from here. And then if you click on lamp over here, you can do sun, and then position where you want your sun to point. So I'm going to turn it. It's pretty difficult to turn, but it's pretty annoying, but I'm just going to position it here. I think that'll look pretty cool. So let's just see how it looks when I click rendered. That actually looks really nice, but I think instead of that, I think I'm going to change it to a little bit of darker lighting because it's really bright. Okay, so I have a nice gray. So that looks a lot better. So now if I get out of the rendered and I go to solid, I do Shift F, okay, and then you can click add camera, and then click view camera. Actually, don't add a camera. If you just click view camera, there's already a camera added in. Oopsie, my mistake. Ooh, actually, excuse-moi, head's not looking very neat. So I'm just gonna go ahead and scooch that over a bit. Much better. Okay, now back to moving. Okay, I'm just gonna position the thing. Okay, I'm actually going to put it at the resolution to 15,000. 15,000, enter. Perfect. So now you can either go to camera and render it, or you can go up here, render image, but I'm just going to go here. So render. Okay guys, my render is done. I like it a lot of how it looks, so yeah. Now all I have to do is go to image and save as image, and then click where I want to save it. I'm going to save it to my desktop, and then I'm going to name it Cute GFX. Enter. So yeah, that's it for today's video. I'll show you guys the finished product up on the screen now. But yeah, that's how it turned out with the background and everything. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone.